99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You already know what time it is, and right here on this Monday night, we are joined by New York's own. We got RBNX right here, live on the radio station airwaves. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great.
Doing fantastic.
But I know you guys are busy individuals, so of course I'm gonna dive right into this interview. But I gotta take you back to the beginning of RBNX. Like, what is the story behind this band? And of course, how did you guys all meet and come together as one to form this iconic band?
So years and years ago, a friend of mine and I, Tony, were on our way to this alternative modeling thing. And we were in a car accident with this lady. He gave her fake information, and his name was Brett Radigan, and mine was Tad Radigan, thus forming the Radigan Brothers. And then he and I were going to start a band that never happened. I was playing electric guitar and doing like samples and stuff on a computer. And I had done one or two of those kind of shows with a friend of mine, Scooter, who was rapping.
Oh, yes.
And it wasn't really doing the right
true
thing.
experience. Experience.
It was definitely a noise experience at the time. It's nothing like what this is and what I do with these guys.
Yeah, that was a noise experience.
But time it sat, and I didn't want to change the name, so I always kind of like held on to that like artistic name for the project. And Kyle and I had started jamming.
Yep.
And we had a different drummer. He ended up having his own things go on. He had to get out of the band. He had take care of life and all that. And Phil was right here with us the whole time. Like Phil was actually
Phil and I actually were in a band. Like me and Phil go back like 20 years, more than 20 years. We were like best friends, like in Martinsfield summer camp. It's where we met.
We all went we all went to school together. So we're all separate years apart. Mike's the oldest, actually, even though he looks like
he's the youngest.
He looks the youngest. Kyle's the youngest.
I'm the
year
youngest.
younger than I am, but. Yeah, we went to school together. We went to summer camp together. Mike was at our first show, and Kyle and I were jamming. So we're just all like
a metal band before.
It just basically made sense as friends to fucking.
When we needed a drummer, Phil was the only person I could think of.
Yeah, and it's evolved because we used to just do a lot of parties, a lot of backyard shows. I think we played Mike's half pipe when he was living at his parents, and then I would say the last like 7 years or so, been really like quote unquote taking it seriously. But we've had a lot of opportunities to make it grow, and we just say yes to everything. So it's gone from Mike's bedroom to my living room.
And when going back to when you actually said that, the car accident and someone gave like wrong information, like, did you guys actually happen to know of each other but then, or seriously some old lady in a car crash actually brought you guys together? Because I got to say, that is a crazy story.
So that's just the name. That's just the story behind it.
Yeah, that's just the name. But Tony and I were actually friends for a long time. He had played in bands. I played in bands. Just like these guys, we'd all played in bands.
We were all friends way before the Radigan Brothers was the thing.
Right.
Yeah. It was the summer when I came home from college. Kyle was home from college, and he was hanging out with Mike a lot. So that was like forget what summer that was, but that was like
2011.
Yeah, summer that really changed all of our lives because we got even closer and started kind of doing our, the foundations of what we're doing now,
Yes, sir.
And also, January 25th of 2019, you guys actually released the amazing 10-track album titled Surrounded by Sin. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us the story behind this amazing record. And of course, is it actually still out there to be streamed or purchased 6 years later?
You can definitely find it on all streaming services. It's our first full length that we put out.
Yep.
So that's basically a culmination of, everything from the first, basically 10 years from the band's very beginning till,
I would say Mike wrote most of everything on that record. That was a culmination of all the live shows.
Mostly everything. I did write some of it.
Yeah, we all added our own.
For the most part, it was like. It was all of the EPs kind of really cleaned up very nicely. There was a lot of music that it was rewritten lyrically because it just it could have done itself justice. So
we took ideas from old songs.
Yeah, I just took the time and really refined a lot of the stuff with these guys after having just better musicians around me to push me to do better, I guess, really.
And I gotta say, 90 Days is actually my favorite song off that project.
I love that song.
Thank you. It's a song about my stepfather, actually.
I think we all actually have one of those individuals in our family, to be honest. It sounds bad, you know.
Dude, for better or worse,
part of
those
life,
people,
man.
yeah, they're in your lives,
people like
and
that.
they
They
you know,
teach
there's
you a
certain-
lesson a lot of the times.
Yeah, look,
actually.
it helped me write some songs. It helped me kind of reflect on situations with those kind of people, and even deal with people like that. So, you know.
And also, we have to thank Bobby because he gave us the title of our second record, Nothing Here Is Yours.
And by that, you guys are talking about the beer and the alcohol bottles.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, actually, everything from the door to the doorknob to the food in the refrigerator to the things that I purchased myself of my own ownings, ownership. Nothing here is yours. Get the fuck out of my house. Nothing is yours.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let the door hit your ass on the way out when you leave as well.
Don't let my door hit your ass on the way out.
I think he threw my shoes out your door once.
Oh. So, yeah, and now that I do own like a house, actually, it's a joke that, you know, everyone used to say, "Oh, we're gonna go to Dietz's crib." Dietz's crib.
Yeah, it was never his.
Bobby would always say, "Mike Dietz doesn't have a crib," and now I have a crib.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
But,
Yeah.
And also, you guys are currently signed to Patient Zero Records. I was wondering, how did you guys actually get discovered by Patient Zero? And of course, what is it like just working alongside that particular label? Because so many amazing bands, alongside you guys are currently signed to Zero.
yeah.
Well, we know Mike and I mean, Mike knows Jerry. Jerry's the guy who runs it, and he was helping us with shows up in the Massachusetts area. So we were just becoming friends through shows, and when the time was right to put something out, we
had our records and we needed distribution, really.
Yeah, so we asked Jerry as a friend, would he help us out? And that was pretty much as simple as it goes. We're, you know,
Yeah, I mean, we shot our shot all across the board, and at a certain point, I was like, why aren't we asking people that we know who are, you know, closer, and just
Makes
you know
sense.
shoot it with them? Because and instantly he was like, yeah, we're gonna take that, we're gonna do it. Like, and tell you the truth, I was mind blown to see that like we were on the label with such bigger bands at that point in time, even still now, and how much he really pushed it for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he really did help
He
us.
really did a lot.
Yeah,
He did.
and he helped us with European distribution. Just help us with Massachusetts shows. We have, you know, it was a great foundation for us to keep going. So we wish Jerry nothing but the best too. You know, he's been doing a lot behind the scenes with his family right now. So while we're working on stuff, he's been working on stuff. But
definitely helped us to put us on the radar.
oh my God! Without the hope that without the you know, people supporting us like that, it wouldn't give us hope that we could do something like that. So it's a great home to be on for sure.
It's shaking.
And also, Mike, this one's for you because I also read on your Instagram that you are currently the event organizer for New York City's, DIY punk fest called Punk City. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about the 2025 up-and-coming festival, and of course, what can we expect from that festival?
Probably 100+ punk bands from across the country and internationally will be playing this year.
It's called Punk Island.
Yeah, it is Punk Island. It's New York City's biggest DIY, longest running festival that's been going on. And this will be the 17th year of it. Phil's actually another organizer for the Lunchbox stage. So Phil and I played in a band called Exit 17. James, the songwriter, like frontman, truly like the catalyst of that band, passed away, and it kind of pushed us to do this a lot more when that was going on.
You guys were doing it at the same time.
This band has always kind of been like a positive reinforcement in all of our lives.
Definitely, 100%.
You know, like it really, like whether it's been
saved my life, really,
just our own mental stuff, other physical things going on around us, but just like I know that getting together with these guys is my most favorite thing to do in the whole entire world.
100%.
Yeah. And when we meet at Punk Island, it's even better.
But so Punk Island, basically, you know, because of James Lunchbox, we have the Lunchbox stage, and we've been doing it for a handful of years now. We're actually one of the longest stages there. You know, Antonio is the lead organizer there, and then there's Arlene, who does Crystal Moon PR. She's actually our PR person. She's done a lot of work with us in the past. She's awesome. And just amongst everyone in the collective, we really do put on an amazing show. I think there's going to be 7 stages this year.
And Dave, does he have something?
Yeah, our photographer who's not with us tonight, Dave. He's our Baccio. He's our photographer. He's my twin. If you ever see a photo of him,
he's the unofficial 4th member of our
and yeah, he provides a lot of the photography work. It's like the Super Bowl, no pun intended, since that just happened yesterday here, but it's like that for us. Like, we work really hard for the day all year with all the people on the committee. We do all the meetings, and it's all generator stages run with tents, and yeah, it's all ages. It's drug free, no alcohol, and it's always by the water, someplace beautiful.
It'll be at Randall's Island this year. We can't say the date, but we do have a date. It'll be in June.
Usually is.
Yeah. But yeah, it's coming up this summer, and it's coming up quick. There's a lot of planning that we're doing right now with it. So if there's people in bands that are listening, definitely reach out to Punk Island
100%.
and put a submission in right now.
100%.
And Punk Island's actually also doing a new artwork submission right now. So because we've been around for such a long time and had the logo for such a long time, we've been talking about revamping it. And if there's any artists listening right now, definitely shoot your ideas to the whole submissions for new artwork too.
Yep, it's at Punk Island. Is it on Instagram?
If you find the Instagram, you can find all the what's it called?
Linktrees and all that stuff.
That's it.
It might be Punk Island NYC.
Might be, but it's Punk Island. And you'll find us.
But it'll be a Google Doc through that Instagram page.
And what are some, because obviously you guys have been doing this for like so many years, multiple years. What are some of the biggest bands that actually graced Punk Island's stages?
Oh my. There's a ton of like huge bands actually. I wish I had a piece of paper in front of me right now to say it. I mean, Choking Victim has played it. Who the heck else?
Urban Ways,
Urban Ways,
World Inferno Society,
Friendship Society's played it.
The Banner played it once. It just like anybody that's involved in the independent scene that's either wants it, has gotten it. There's a long list, but there's always we pride ourselves on it being DIY, and all the stages are surrounded by headliners that bands either out of pocket fund, or we do fundraisers to help bring in bigger bands. So we have a couple bands that we have toying around this year that are going to be awesome, but yeah, every year there's always a band that's either going to pop off or has popped off, or what happened to those guys.
Yeah, like Gel before they played. Before they were Gel, they had played Punk Island as another band. You can check them out.
There was a band that just opened up for No Effects on their last tour. I forget the name of them, but they were on one of the stages last year. So it's a smorgasbord. It's just everything for punk in New York City.
I'm trying to think. Well, Rats in the Wall played. I mean, if I really sat there and thought about it, I kind of want to let you go on to the next one. But there's been a huge list of very well-known bands that have played it before.
And I will admit, just asking that question, knowing you guys had 17 plus years of this, I can only imagine. If you guys have 100 bands coming this year in 2025, that's at least, if you're going to count 100 bands per year, that's pretty much close to 1,700 bands, man. So yeah, I don't blame you guys for kind of sitting there being like, damn, who played our stage?
The list goes on and on.
But also as well, September 29th, 2023, you guys released a 10-track album titled Nothing Here Is Yours. Obviously, we kind of learned who inspired the name of that album a little while ago in the interview. But I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about this album. And of course, where can we actually snag ourselves a hard copy today if they are indeed still available?
So there are physical copies of that one available. Like I said, the first album is only digitally available at this point. The second record, we have clear red vinyl and black vinyl. You can go to our Bandcamp and you can order it through there, or you can come to a show and we have them there.
Oh, we also have blue vinyl in Europe
through Patient Zero.
Demons Run Amok.
Or you can get it on Rev HQ too.
And Rev HQ.
Revelation.
So, we have 3 variations of it physically. And then it's on obviously all the streaming services. But that record's really special, I think, to all of us, because
that was the first record that we as a band wrote like all the songs.
Like sat down, and that was actually put together
during the pandemic.
Yeah, we were
March, April, May, June.
We were together every day.
That's what we were doing, actually. Like that. Like constantly.
When you weren't supposed to be with anybody, we were together.
We had herd immunity at that point.
Well, I mean, it was like, well, don't go hang out with anybody. This and that. I was like, I'm already hanging out with you two. So
we've been together.
What's
So
the
fuck it. What's
difference?
the difference?
We're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, we were meeting together at least 4 or 5 times a week
easily.
We had nothing to do. The world was shut down, so we were just practicing. At one point, Kyle would be working on a song in the hallway while Mike and I were working on a song inside. So it just
then we show each other the songs.
Like, yeah. So it was just a labor of love, and that album we played for many. I guess since COVID 2020, 2021, when shows started happening again, a lot of songs on our set list came from that record. So it kind of brought us to the dance in a sense. Where if anybody saw us in the last 2 years, we played that record pretty heavily.
Oh yeah.
So and now if you come see us, we've peppered in some of our new music, and we're actually throwing in a couple covers. But for a long time, I associate that record with really showing people like, oh, the first records were here. The second one's like, now we're ready to show you what's next. You know, and that's a big part of our band. We try to always improve.
Definitely.
And also, January 24th, 2025, so just last month, you guys actually teamed up with fellow punk rock band The Car Bomb Parade to release the 4-track collaborative EP. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this record, and of course, what was it like just working alongside Parade?
It was an experience, definitely. You know, we both recorded in separate locations, but for the last handful of months, about 6 months, 9 months, we've been in a giant group text going back and forth, a lot of funny stuff in there, but a lot of artwork going on, just a lot of conversations back and forth, and doing it with these guys. Like, I remember on the last record, the first person on our thank you list is the Car Bomb Parade. Like, those guys, they're fucking solid people, and they've been doing it with us for a long time, like pumping us, and we've been back and forth helping each other out for such a long time. And
it made sense for us to do a split together.
Yeah, sure. it really there was a point where it was just like, you know what? This is what we're fucking doing.
And they had new music coming out, and we had new songs that we were sitting on. And so just the timing couldn't have been better. And as a wrestling fan, I compare it to like Hogan and Savage getting together, like just the mega powers, just like for a short period of time that we tag team, we're gonna drop elbows, and then one of us will get Miss Elizabeth, and one of us will play Punksylvania. Shout out to Car Bomb Parade getting on Punksylvania.
Oh yeah.
The cream always rises to the top.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And after you guys are done, you snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh.
Oh yeah, fellow wrestling fan here.
Up there? You're not importing any.
We do have Slim Jims. For the longest time, we didn't.
Good hookup, no tariffs sent from us.
Hey, I will tell you though, that's the one thing that I was worried about. I shit you not. Even though we're talking about this, that's what I was worried about. When I saw those 25% tariffs, I'm like, fuck, man, I'm already paying $2 a Slim Jim. Now I'm gonna be paying like. I was literally like, this is a bullshit.
We got you, man. We went to Canada for the first time as a band last year. We played Toronto for North by Northeast and had an amazing time. We all had
was great.
We all had Tim Hortons for the first time, and we all discovered that you guys have bagged milk.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, man, you guys think it's crazy. I just think it's normal. Like, when I get told America doesn't have bagged milk, I'm like, the fuck are you guys doing over there? Why do you got jugs?
Really, the plastic jug is trash. You want the wax cart, like the paper carton. That's really
But you know what, though? I would rather have a jug all day, man, because no one knows. Like, Americans don't understand the fucking feeling of getting like 3 bags of milk, right? You just paid $6 and one of those fuckers breaks.
How do you feel it?
Oh, they
hate
break.
that shit.
Oh, what?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude.
You get home and like instead of having 3 liters of milk, you got 2 because a bag broke, and you're like, "Fuck."
I recently started pickling, and I was joking about bringing them out to shows and selling them at shows, and I was thinking about the fucking mess that we would have in the car.
Broken jars and stuff like that.
But I have to ask.
So,
I was gonna say as well, when you guys were actually here in Canada, man, what did you think of Tim Hortons? 'Cause I know they say America runs on Dunkin' or whatever,
I
but
thought it was pretty good.
down here in Canada, Canada runs on Timmy's.
Thought it was pretty good. Tim Hortons is where it's at.
Hell yeah, it was actually. I think it was probably better.
No, it was good.
It was
good.
It was definitely better than Dunkin'. For sure.
I think it was better than Dunkin's. Kind of gone downhill over here in our opinion.
Yeah.
I think I can get gas station coffee that's better than Dunkin'. Tim Hortons was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah.
What do they have? The tiramisu.
Their donuts were cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
really, like Dunkin' Donuts. It's definitely a Massachusetts, like it's a
New
Boston
England.
thing.
New
It's a New England thing more than anything. Like really, it's fucking water.
big in New York,
down.
though,
It's
for
just
sure.
water. It's
Yeah.
brown water. It's trash.
Bean water.
Yeah. But
Bean water. Yeah,
I would have Tim Hortons any day.
Yes.
There's actually one down in Jamaica, Queens. If I'm down that way and there's like a chance to go, that's the one I will go to.
He's pandering.
But no, seriously, I mean, no, there's a fucking Dunkin'. There's a shithole out there in fucking Jamaica, Queens, or there's a Tim Hortons, and it's right by the tram, so it's like it's easier to get to and all. But anyway,
But I have to ask you guys, what is next for RBNX? Because I know you guys just dropped this phenomenal collaboration album we just talked about. You guys got Punk Island coming up. You got what is next for you guys? Like, is there anything we happen to miss during this evening's interview?
We're always writing.
We're in writing mode right now. During the winter, I mean, we love playing shows, but we like staying warm too. So it's nice to like on our downtime we practice, and we've been writing. We have a couple new tunes in the can. We have actually big plans for a tour in the winter that we're not gonna, really talk about until we can finalize it. But like, yeah, we're working on a couple.
Right now, we got the 15th and the 16th. We got 3 dates, and then the following weekend. So we got like 5 dates coming up before the end of this month, and then we got like another 3 or 4 dates to fill up March, and then we do a little Easter weekend tour.
Yeah, we're going to Chicago around spring break.
Yep.
Then we're going to try to go away Labor Day. And
Where are we playing?
Yeah, we're doing.
In Chicago. What's the name of the band?
We're playing
We're doing
Reggie's in Chicago.
We're playing Detroit, and then we're trying to get it situated in Pittsburgh right now, and we have a show in Binghamton for that run.
We essentially average about 50 shows a year, regardless of what we do. But we're just trying to level up any which way we can, cover more ground, and being like, even though we're not from New York City, technically we're from Poughkeepsie, which is about 2 hours north. Like we feel like a city band is true. Like you can make it there. Like we feel like we have a shot anywhere. Truly, like we've made a lot of. It's inspiring. So we're just trying to bring it out on the road and looking for the next hand that's gonna, show us the something we're not looking for right now or can't even imagine.
Right.
But
sky's the limit, man.
But we're definitely booking a bunch of little tours here and there, and we're going to be hitting a lot more places coming soon. So
and probably back in the studio by next year. We're trying to.
We'll definitely be up to Canada this summer too, at some point.
Definitely. Yeah. Like last Christmas, we did that tour out west. We did Seattle, all the way down to Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll be hitting a bunch of places, but we're definitely going to be coming to Canada this summer again at some point.
Definitely.
And before we actually part ways here tonight, guys, obviously I know how to follow you out across all social media platforms. But for the individuals that might just be discovering RBNX tonight, where can we actually follow you guys across all social media platforms to stay updated on everything you guys currently got going on?
So that'll be Grinder.
At this point, boys, you might as well just drop all the secrets and let the OnlyFans come out too. Like we ain't gonna. Hey, we're uncensored here, man. There's no judgment coming from Canada, okay? Times are tough. You got Trump in office, okay? Times are tough, dude. You do what you got to do, man.
Dude,
the Cheeto one.
We're making a fucking appointment at Claire's ear piercings again. That's what we're doing. No, you go to rbnx.net, and that will lead you to the Bandcamp, to the Instagram, to the Facebook, to the Blue Sky that we haven't made yet, to the Twitter that we have that we don't use. Any of our social medias can be found through our website, rbnx.net.
And I got to say, first and foremost, guys, thank you for giving not only myself, but the radio station airways a bit of your time. It was such an honor speaking with you three tonight.
Likewise, man.
Poughkeepsie, New York legends. I'm super stoked to see what comes next from you guys. But hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Yo, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Hey, you're most certainly welcome, guys. Have yourself a phenomenal night out there in Poughkeepsie, and try your best to stay warm as well.
Thank
Likewise,
you.
man.
You too, and
Likewise.
everybody
Thank
on
you.
the air.
Be well.
Enjoy your Tim Hortons.